If you're a sensitive soul, then this video probably isn't for you, because I'm going to give you the brutal truth. And honestly, I wish someone had slapped me across the face and told me this shit when I first started. This is going to be worth more than any course or any marketing hacks, promise. And I'm not going to do what all these other creators do and just point out the mistakes. I'm actually going to tell you what you need to do to fix them as well. But you've been warned, all right? This video might touch a nerve. So don't piss and moan about it in the comments if you get offended. Use it as fuel and strap in, because these are the exact reasons why you're not where you want to be. Number one, you're turning 10-minute jobs into 7-day slogs. Seriously, get over yourself. This is social media, not some fucking military invasion where every possible scenario or outcome needs planning for. Your indecision and your procrastination is stalling your business growth and probably your personal growth too. Make the posts quicker, send the messages faster, and think bigger picture. Time is money, and every second that passes is a second closer to you going bankrupt. You ever notice how some people can turn a speck of dust into a fucking sandstorm? Everything's a hassle for these people. While the nitpickers are wasting hours deliberating over their font size on Instagram posts, the doers out there are making waves, impact, and money. And this isn't just about LinkedIn, this isn't just about business, it's about life. You're failing yourself and your family by over-internalizing every little fucking thing. Toughen up and embrace the fact that perfect just doesn't exist. And if you're offended by this, good. It means that you're paying attention. And if you're paying attention, it means you might actually do something about it. But the question is, what are you going to do about it? Keep fussing and faffing over the little things, or step your fucking game up. The choice is yours. It's completely up to you, but no one is going to come and wipe your ass. And remember, in the end, the cowards that played it safe do not get remembered. The people that do get remembered are those that dream big, act bold, and aren't afraid to piss a few people off along the way. Number two, all the tactics and all the flashy shit do not matter. And this might be a hard pill to swallow, but your slick automations and your complex funnels and all your latest masterclasses don't mean anything. If you're just trying to cut corners to push out a product, or you're trying to copy other people, then deep down, you know you could have done better. So you're only cheating yourself. You can go out there and copy the best funnels and the best courses in the world. But if you've not mastered the basics of communication and human psychology, and you're just rushing to get to the end quicker, you'll find out the hard way. Nothing else actually matters apart from experience. And you get experience by doing, by putting the reps in. Master the basics, time management, copywriting, sales, leadership. All of these things will compound. All of these things are transferable skills. Dancing on Instagram reels and cheap gimmicky shit will not stand the test of time. Trends don't last, fundamentals do. Think principles, not hacks, and stop trying to cut corners. Number three, you're focusing on the wrong things. If you're obsessed with likes and followers, then congratulations. You've just won the idiot prize, because you are missing the point by miles. This isn't high school, this isn't a popularity contest. You don't need to win prom queen of 2024. It's business. And if your efforts aren't converting to real world results, then you're probably wasting time tracking metrics that don't even serve you. Don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have 1 million impressions than 10 impressions. I'd much rather have 50,000 followers than 50. If that attention doesn't convert into something a little bit more tangible behind the scenes, then it's pointless. Focus on the things that actually matter. How many sales opportunities have you created this month? What's your conversion rate? What are the inputs you need to feed into the process to increase those numbers? How can you pay someone else or a machine to increase those inputs even further? Because if you're not focused on this, you're just playing the social growth game. You're just entering into the comparison trap where you'll never truly be satisfied with the results because someone else will always have better or more than you. Number five, you're just doing what everyone else is doing. Echo. That's you. Mimicking every single thing that you see on social media because you think it works. Regurgitating the same tired bullshit that sounds the same as everybody else. Because the reality is, most people are too scared to make proper noise. They think that they're different just because they show up. And they are different, because 95% of people won't even do the bare minimum. So they're in the top 5%. But 95% of that top 5% are still scared. They're still in their own way. So top 5% isn't good enough. You need to be top 5% of the top 5%. And you'll only do that when you bare your soul, when you take off the mask and put your true self out into the world. Not some mishmash teddy bear copy of 10 other people all stitched together and stuffed with ego. That thing you're embarrassed about, that weird story you're afraid to tell, that's what makes you different. And contrary to what we're taught from a young age, being different is good. No wonder you're not getting the results that you want. You're settling for mediocre. You're normalizing being normal. And realistically, no one's normal. They're just acting normal so they don't stand out, so other people don't think less of them. Here's the point. Other people weren't even thinking about them in the first place. Forget what everyone else is doing. Do you. Number 6, you just expect people to buy. Are you arrogant enough to think people actually care? Whether you are or not, the answer remains the same. They don't. You need to get them to care. You don't win prizes just for turning up and ticking boxes. And that's why I hate this everyone's a winner mentality that they push in schools at the moment. No, they're not. We're teaching people that there are no losers, which is absolute bollocks. It just creates this self-entitlement, this feeling that you deserve a prize simply for participating in something. The whole world is being conditioned to cut corners but expect the maximum returns, which is great news for people who actually have a fucking spine and can endure slightly tougher situations, because just by putting in 10% more effort, just by going for 10% longer, you can win big. So if you're trying to sell services using a social media platform, please don't expect that you can do the bare minimum and get results. The competition is too fierce and you will fall flat on your little face. Number 7, you're trying to win the year instead of just trying to win the day. Let's get one thing straight. Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were laying bricks every hour. You're over here trying to conquer the world by Christmas when you can't even finish your to-do list by bedtime. Far too many people just focused on the outcome, obsessing over the 10K months or the car or the holiday. And this is where too much long-term vision becomes short-sightedness. There is magic in the mundane. If you switch your focus to controlling the daily inputs, everything changes. One brick at a time, yeah? Success is a series of small wins, not just some once-a-year jackpot. You're dreaming of the finish line without even loving the race. But the race, the daily grind, the practice, that's where the winners get made. So ask yourself, what can I win today? Not tomorrow, not next month, not next year, today. Break down that massive goal of yours into bite-sized daily activities. They're your bricks. That's how you build your own version of Rome. Break it down and execute consistently. Because if you can do that, and I mean truly win each day, it changes your whole mindset. The people who consistently win the day will win the year by default.
Let me interrupt for 1 minute. The best way to find leads on LinkedIn is using Sales Navigator. But most people are scared of it because they think it costs too much and it's complicated. Firstly, you can grab a 30-day free trial. Secondly, I've got a free training that I'm going to give to you that helps you locate every single one of those leads you want. And this works for every industry. I'll literally show you everything. So if you want it completely free before I take it down, then hit the link in the description. Without further ado, back to the vid.
Number 8, you're dipping in and out instead of acting consistently. You're treating your business like a side chick instead of committing to it like it's the love of your life. Show up with purpose or just don't show up at all. This game rewards people who are all in, not who treat it like a side hustle. It doesn't care about half-hearted attempts. And while you're dipping in and out, your competition are doubling down. Are you really so naive that you expect half commitment to actually pay off? You don't get consistent results with inconsistent actions. Inconsistency is the mother of failure. If you're not all in, you're just in the way of yourself. Because it's easy to be enthusiastic when things are going well, but true commitment is sticking with it even when it's not going well. That's what separates the winners from the spectators. Don't expect to win a trophy by standing there and shouting shit from the sidelines. Number 9, you're stuck thinking inside the box. Forget the 9-to-5 mentality. You probably started your own business so you could have more control of your time, more flexibility. So you work 9 to 5 still, or maybe 10 to 3 if you do the school run. But the thing is, opportunity doesn't clock off at 5 p.m. You think and act that way because it's been normalized in your career. Try some different shit. Work at night. Go and rent an Airbnb alone and write for 8 hours straight. Turn your phone off for 2 days. Write by hand for a week. Experiment with your routine. Perhaps you're more productive in short bursts. Maybe you shouldn't work Mondays at all. You should create all your content on a Sunday and then have a lie in. Shake it up a bit. If everyone else is doing it in business, usually it's a bad idea. The box was invented to suffocate your thinking. The norm is a trap, all right? It's a trap to keep you manageable, predictable, and ultimately forgettable. Because if you own your own business, there are no rules. You create the rules. You get to future author your life. But instead, you're just conforming like the rest of the nodding dogs. Number 10, you have no sense of humor. Lighten up, mate, you're gonna die anyway. Life is short and you're out here acting like a constipated accountant during tax season. Where's the fun? Where's the laughter? Profits and projections are good, but where's your passion and personality gone? It's in there somewhere. Good marketing is about connecting on a level deeper than transactions. Too many people are afraid to show the human side. If you're too uptight to crack a smile, you're probably too uptight to crack the market from a personal brand point of view. And using humor doesn't mean you have to become a stand-up comedian. It's simply about letting your guard down. In a world of automations and AI, people just want to feel something. Laughter is universal. It breaks down walls. It relaxes people. It makes tough situations easier to deal with. So chill the f*** out and enjoy yourself a bit. Number 11, you're placing blame rather than accepting responsibility. People are quick to own their wins.
Look at me, I did this, woohoo!
But they're even quicker to outsource their failures. They'll happily talk about why something isn't their fault and happily blame it on anyone but themselves, instead of just fucking owning it. Oh, so it's the economy, the market, the algorithm, the dog ate your fucking business plan. The only common denominator in all your failed ventures is you. And that might sound harsh, but the algorithm's not out to get you, and the market will always be competitive. That's not the problem. The problem is you refusing to take ownership. So start by looking in the mirror rather than pointing fingers. When you start owning your failures as much as your successes, that's when the real learning kicks in. That's when you start seeing every setback as a setup for a comeback. Because when you blame external factors, when you outsource your failures, you transfer power. You're transferring power to something you can't control, which means you've given yourself an excuse. You've made it easier for yourself. But you don't grow when things are easy. No one ever became a better version of themselves by staying snugly in that comfort blanket. So yes, moaning about something taking too long might give you some relief in the moment, but it's actually feeding into this fixed mindset that's been keeping you stuck for the past 10 years. Please accept where you are right now is on you. It took me years to do this, but honestly, it's big. Because only then can you level up as a person, a leader, and a business owner. Number 12, you think more information will solve your problems. Information overload is your enemy, not your friend. I speak to far too many people who are drowning. They're drowning in a sea of webinars, courses, books, programs, mentorships, whatever. They always think the next one is going to be the key to success. But guess what? It fucking won't. Too much information actually causes confusion, not clarity. So you don't need more info. You don't need to discover everything. You need to execute on what you already know. Implementation beats knowledge 95% of the time. Because while you're digesting the 17th marketing strategy of the day, someone else is out there making imperfect progress with the basics, the bare basics. And I get it, the quest for more knowledge can feel like progress. It makes you feel busy, makes you feel productive, but how much have you actually achieved? Not a lot. You're probably just stalling. And people 10 times shitter than you are getting 10 times the results in a 10th of the time. Stop putting off the things you know you need to do. And that, my pedigree chumps, hopefully hits the mark. I'm not this angry in real life, by the way. I'm actually introverted. Anyway, we can help you with all of this. Go to the main video on my YouTube channel, my Instagram highlights, or my LinkedIn featured section, find out more, and if it sounds good, you can book a free call with us.